Well, in the beginning, it actually started with a lot of wives of businessmen in the city who were not LDS. They wanted the association to be more highly educated than women were able to be at that time.
In the last quarter of the 19th century, there was a national movement to start educating women. You know, we call it the progressive era. And I think the kind of education that the women in the Ladies Literary Club valued was very much of that larger national movement.
I liked the quality of the ladies who came. It was social, it was nice, it was high class without being stuffy or snooty, if you might use that rude word, but it was comfortable. You felt like you were in good company and you were going to have a pleasant time, and you felt like you were with good people.
The sort of core agenda of the Ladies Literary Club was for women to get together, to read literature, to know about what was going on in the world around them, to look at beautiful pieces of art, to contemplate ways of making Salt Lake City a more genteel city. They were involved in milk drives and the Children's Aid Society, worked with orphans, worked with single mothers who were poor.
Gosh, I think probably in the 40s, 50s, and early 60s, they were in their heyday. I joined the club in the early 90s, and at that time our membership was about 135 women. And it had been declining since the late 60s and early 70s when more opportunities became available to women. And although they enjoyed club activities, there were other things that they could do and that they chose to do.
So we finally decided that we had to decide as a group what to do with the club, what to do with the clubhouse, because we'd had it for nearly 100 years. This year does make it 100 years old. The Heritage Foundation did show an interest in it, and the more we talked with them, the more we decided that that would be the best way to go. So we went from there.
Well, it was a surprising day when I got the call with someone inquiring whether or not we would be interested in obtaining the property through a donation.
Kirk came down and said that we had an opportunity to get a building as a gift, so we came through and looked at it. When I walked in the door, my jaw just about dropped. I had no idea that this building was here and how spectacular it was.
You walk in the foyer, you go ho-hum, okay, this is a grand house, then you open, you come through these double doors here into the auditorium, and my gosh, this is incredible. There is nothing like this in Utah.
This is like the best building in Salt Lake that nobody's ever heard of. And it's like finding a Rembrandt in your attic.
The lines of the prairie style reflect the horizontal lines of the prairie, and this building in almost every single way accentuates rectangular lines, geometric lines, lines that create a sense of calm and repose.
And to imagine this building all fixed up and dressed up and exquisite on South Temple, available for piano recitals, for weddings, is exciting. It's just like there's this new great thing in Salt Lake that no one knew about.
With the restoration of Memorial House in Memory Grove, it not just transformed a building, a historic building that's important to the community, but it transformed the park and the entire neighborhood.
Utah Heritage Foundation is a great fit to Stewart Ladies Literary Club. We've been running Memorial House in Memory Grove Park for the past 20 years. People love to have events in buildings that have stories and histories. That's what's so great about this building, is that it has a story and it has a soul. And that's why people are attracted to this building.
We have been gifted this absolutely lovely space. It was very well built. It's been very well cared for. But it shows signs of age. We need money, for example, to restore cracks in the plaster. We need money to restore the paint in this hall. We need money to upgrade the electrical and the lighting systems. To do this, we need your help. We need money. And we don't need a lot of money. To recreate a space like this today, a building like this today, might cost $5 million. We think we need about 20% of that.
Utahns care about what happens here in Utah. I mean, they're very protective of this place, and that history is part of that, because it's really part of so many people who are here and who have been here, and it's a reason why people come here, is because it is a unique place.
Well, I think I definitely has saved the clubhouse, which is what our main desire was, to have it saved, because it is an outstanding building on its own. So I think it's going to work out to advantage all the way around.
Investing now will endow this building for future generations. We thank you kindly for your support.